Let's have a quick conversation about card present tokenization. And the thing is that if you are trying to really keep your customers happy, you can actually have a system that allows you to accept credit cards, okay, with zero friction. And that's what you want. You want to have the whole checkout process to be seamless, especially from a scalability point of view. So let me first give you an overview. So if you think about the tokenization, you need to understand the priority here is what? Convenience. The priority here is adaptability. The priority here is all about reliability. Okay. So convenience is a huge deal when it comes to keeping your customers happy, and you want to keep your customers happy. You want them to be loyal. You want to retain them. Okay, and if you have card tokenization, you have a lot of possibilities because what happens here is that most modern consumers are used to purchasing products and services across multiple channels, right? Brick and mortar, e commerce, mobile, and so on and so forth. And the cool thing is that they value seamless shopping experiences that allow them to buy quickly and easily, regardless of the platform or location. So, if your customer is actually buying from you at a flea market, he or she is expecting the same level of service as if he or she was shopping online or at your brick and mortar store. Okay, so this is really important. So attracting and retaining customers calls for an omni-channel approach. So in other words, the way you actually deal with customers across all channels has to be unique. That's what I said before when I said adaptability. You have to adapt to all channels. So if you have an omni-channel approach, you are really adapting yourself. Okay, this applies not just to the purchasing experience, but also to payments. Payments also. So enabling customers to pay for their purchases with the least amount of friction, but with the highest amount of security and safety is actually critical if you want to stay competitive in today's market, right? You want to have the flexibility, and so when you think about card present tokenization, you have the possibility to actually have that security and have that reliability from the get go. So that's really important. Let me expound a little bit on the card present tokenization so you have a clear idea what I really talk about. So, card present tokenization allows a merchant like you and me to process payments face to face and actually capture payment details for immediate tokenization. So, I'm speaking here about immediate tokenization. I want to really pay attention to those two words, immediate and tokenization, in the sense that immediate, you have the speed, okay, and tokenization, you have security and safety. So with this capability, you only have to ask customers to provide their payment info once and actually tokenize it to securely store that data and continuously serve customers in the future. Okay, this is kind of cool because if you think about it, card present tokenization enables merchants across the board to truly deliver a seamless omni-channel experience in managing and conducting transactions. Okay. So what happens here is that tokenization allows you to bridge the gap, if you think about it, to bridge the gap between shopping channels, ensuring a cohesive and satisfying customer experience, no matter where or how a customer chooses to shop. And the thing is, customers like options. Customers want to be in control when it comes to shopping, and they want to choose how they want to shop, and that makes sense. I mean, you do the same thing too when you go shopping. You want to have that freedom, right? So how does it work? Basically, I want you to see on the screen here. Here is a quick example of tokenization. Okay, so if you are a merchant that has enabled tokenization, basically enabling card present tokenization becomes easy once the setup is done. Okay, and the cool thing is, a lot of providers, they don't charge extra for tokenization. Okay, so card present tokenization works through a 6-step process. So you have a payment is initiated, right? The token is requested by the credit card company. So the credit card company has to be the one requesting the token, not nobody else. And the merchant receives the token. So the merchant will receive data from the credit card company. and the token is actually is sent to be authorized. Okay, so there has to be that validation, and the token is approved by the user. The user has to approve the token, and the transaction is completed. Okay, so uh, let's say six fast, and everything I'm telling you, it happens within seconds. You don't have to wait days or weeks or whatever. No, it happens within seconds, and the transaction can be quickly done, and you can reduce queues at your store or at whatever you are at. So if you think about card present tokenization, you have a lot of how do I say it? A lot of benefits, right? So I want to really talk about a few of those benefits so that you can really think about the advantages of having card present tokenization. So you can instantly and securely capture payment information for future transactions across multiple channels. Going back to what I said about the omni-channel capability here, so you want to have multiple channels, so you have the ability to get things done fast. Okay, so and when I say multiple channels, I'm speaking about online, but also over the phone. So this is kind of cool because it allows you to really get things done fast, and also actually boost revenue also. If you are able to instantly and securely capture payment information, you are able to get that data. That's a great intel for your business, but it's actually even better for future transactions because you are going to have a more streamlined approach. Okay, this is kind of cool. So that's the first benefits. The second benefit is that you can launch subscriptions and recurring charges. Okay. So basically, once you have captured your customers' credit card information, you can easily set them up for subscriptions and recurring payments. Okay. So card present tokenization lets merchants like you and me initiate a membership or a subscription plan from an in-person swipe, right? So you have one interaction, in-person interaction. You capture the data. You can use that data for future transactions, especially recurring charges. Okay, and this feature simplifies setting up recurring payments, making it seamless to transition one-time customers into long-term clients. And this is kind of cool. Think about this for your bottom line. So, and the cool thing is, if you are, let's say, if you are in a service industry where you need to have that data and you are billing clients on a consistent basis, this is kind of cool. You also can implement omni-channel refunds. So when I think about the key benefits and use cases of card present tokenization, the omni-channel refunds are big. Okay, because you want to really have a clear idea, a clear path to securing the relationship with your customers. Of course, don't get me wrong, nobody wants to refund customers, right? No merchant is happy to refund customers, but hey, listen, this is part of life, this is part of business. If you are a merchant, if you are making money, chances are at some point somebody will be pissed or somebody will want to get their money back. This is part of life, okay? So you got to get used to it. You got to really find a way to accommodate that sort of transition. So basically, with card present tokenization, issuing refunds is actually a frictionless process because you don't have to ask customers for their credit card or account information when handling returns and refunds. Think about it. This is really good. This is really, really good from a flexibility point of view. And since you already have their payment data on file, you can quickly process the refund and send the funds back using the original payment method. So this is really good because you are able to make the customers happy. You are able to get things done fast, and you are able to structure the deal in a way that really pleases the customer. The best part is this capability functions across multiple channels, so you can manage returns and refunds consistently, regardless of where the purchase was initially made. Okay, so this is kind of cool. Let me just give you an example. Let me give you a very clear use case about what I just explained to you. Let's say a customer comes to your retail store, right? A customer purchases from your retail store, but they did so through your website and they decided to return the product in store. So, because you as a retailer have already established a true omni-channel solution, you simply scan the product and instantly process the refund, okay? Maintaining actually in the process a smooth customer experience. And this is what you want to have. You want to have a smooth customer experience. You also another benefit when it comes to card present tokenization, you can charge the thing is that you can charge the card on file for canceled appointments or no shows. Okay, I mean you know that no shows can be really detrimental for business, especially when the no show is recurring, or let's just say when there is a long pattern of no shows. Okay, and that's really bad for a business. So the charge card on file actually is going. You are going to you can charge the card on file for canceled appointments or no shows, and this is kind of cool because you are able to enforce your no show policy. Okay, if your business operates through appointments, you can charge a fee if someone cancels or doesn't show up at the scheduled time. And let me give you an example. If you have a hair salon or you have a restaurant, you could decide to implement a policy requiring customers to let their stylist know, like in the case of a hair salon, their stylist know within 24 hours if they can't make the appointment. So using card present tokenization, the salon can automatically charge a cancellation fee to the customer's card on file if they don't comply with the salon's appointment policy. So this is kind of cool because it allows you to have more flexibility. It allows you to have more reliability too, and also more accountability because you want your customers to actually be accountable. You want your prospects to know that this is a business and you mean business, okay, across the board, across the board. I want to insist on that. And one thing I also want to say is that you have the possibility to actually change things. You can tweak things as you go along, but at least you have the tools, right? Card present tokenization allows you to do that. Allows you to have that a very powerful tool to enforce your no show policy, and you got to have this enforcement. I guarantee you, because if you don't, you'll be losing a lot of money. You'll be losing a lot of money with no shows. Because think about it. Anytime somebody doesn't show up, you are losing a possibility like a possibility of having a real person, like somebody who was really interested in your service, and that person will be missing not only the time, but also will be actually will be pissed, could be pissed. You also, if you, another benefits when it comes to a card present tokenization is that you can tokenize the card data without charging the customer. And this is really good because it allows you to have control throughout the process, right? You have the possibility to have the data, to have the details, to have the info without actually touching. I mean, numerically, without touching, let's say quantifiably, the customer data. I mean, the customer card. Okay, so card present tokenization lets you tokenize card data without charging the credit card. You can swipe. The cool thing is, you can actually swipe the card into the terminal and store the payment info on file without having to process an actual transaction at the time of entry. This is really good because the customer is not going to be pissed that you are charging the card for nothing. You just want to store the info. And because the info is stored in a tokenized manner, you have double security, right? Because no hacker is going to ever have access to that data. But even if they did, that's number two. Even if they did, they are going just to see gibberish. The info will be completely unreadable to them, and that's what you want. Okay. If have to give you a use case, let's say a medical clinic can use this feature, for instance, to swipe a patient's card at the time of their visit and hold the data on file. So the actual charge is processed later on once insurance details and copay amounts are finalized, right? So it's all about storing. It's all about collecting data to actually do I mean, not research, some let's say some analysis. Okay, and this is kind of cool from a flexibility point of view. Another benefit when it comes to card present tokenization is that you are reducing the risk of fraud and data breaches. Let me explain. See, the thing is, in this global economy, everything is connected, right? You have hackers all over the world, in this country, but also over the world, actually planning sort of mischievous things, okay? And so card present tokenization can beef up your security by reducing the opportunities for data compromise. See, the thing is that if if you have a customer entering his or her data into fewer places, then he or she is also reducing the risk for anyone to steal that information, his or her information, at any of those points, right? So the fewer the places, the better, and that's what you want. You want to have the possibility to actually encrypt the customer data so that the data is actually safe. Let's say from A to Z, okay? And one thing I want to say is that if you are thinking about card present tokenization, you have extra layers of accountability, extra layers of security to really account for. So if you are a pro service provider, you can rest easy knowing that you're not unnecessarily collecting credit cards. With card present tokenization, you only need to capture credit card data once, minimizing the chances of fraud every time you transact with clients. And listen, clients will thank you because, again, like I said, the fewer the number of interactions when it comes to the card, the physical card itself, the better. And that's what you want to have. You want to have this possibility. You want to have this accountability, and you want to have this reliability. Okay, so those are a few benefits you can expect if you are thinking about card present tokenization. Again, you can instantly and securely capture payment information. You can launch subscriptions and recurring charges. You can implement omni-channel refunds. You can charge card on file for canceled appointments or no-shows. You can tokenize card data without charging the customer, and you can reduce the risk of fraud and data breaches. Okay, and so this is kind of cool. And if you actually, and the cool thing is also is that card present tokenization is offered nowadays by most providers. Okay, and at no additional charge. So don't if a provider wants to charge you extra for card present tokenization, don't go for it because there are other providers in the market that do not charge for that feature. It's actually a feature that doesn't trigger extra cost for the provider, so they shouldn't be passing on extra cost to you, also you the customer. So this is something to really think about. So the next time you want to sign up with a credit card processor, ask them if they have card present tokenization. Okay, and this is actually important for your omni-channel strategy, whether you're selling online, over the phone, or via mobile, among other channels. You want to have this flexibility from the get-go. So in conclusion to this conversation, I spoke to you about card present tokenization. I gave you an overview. I explained what card present tokenization is, how it works, and the key benefits. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.